Hey fam, this is James. I'm back. Just saying hi. I'm at the Civic Center. Um, One of the funny things, as soon as I got here, I started getting attacked. Just wanted to pan around and show you. Um, so I'm probably being attacked right now by that gentleman um, and his cohorts and whoever it is that that's a part of it. They hide out in tents and stuff like that. Had some good food. Had some. As soon as I got here, there was some chicken and some other things going on. So some good food, and it's a little hot over here in California. It's definitely steaming hot. Um, but I spent the day in yesterday, and fortunately, um, you have to sometimes get away from your attackers, get away from the desperate cabal and their minions, their children who don't know how to leave you alone. Anyway, so there, as you can see over there, there's like this whole. On Sundays, there's usually a gathering, a church or something like that. They'll pass out water bottles and preach. There was a guy talking about how God created every single thing, from Adam and Eve and all this other stuff, and it just sounds to me again like these insiders who are just constantly trying to preach the same dumb message to continue the brainwashing of society. Obviously, the Chimera and the Jin's children have an agenda, and they will do whatever they can to enforce it, like a computer. That's what it just seems like to me, like a giant computer that won't shut off. And it's got these human-looking robot people under their control who are just doing these things that are just counterproductive and hurtful to the betterment of society. And that includes when they come and attack me and harass me and harass any other light worker out there that's just trying to live their life away from the disgustingness of the society. So, I just panned around earlier just to show you that they look normal. They look normal like humans, but, you're constantly being attacked. And then they go away. So, you realize that there's something very disgusting and, ultimately dangerous in the society that when, like, they're hiding, yet they're attacking you at the same time. And they create these these like hit campaigns. They're constantly conspiring against you, and it's really malicious behavior, and it's hard to comprehend exactly why someone would do this, except if you understand that they're trapped here with us, and we have to deal with them. Apparently, they're so bad that they cannot be allowed to leave and under any circumstance. And I can understand that. If being one who's been under their mind control, being attacked, to the point where they like are physically touching you and hurting you. And that's just one little story compared to the thousands, if not millions or billions of people who have been abused and molested by these creatures. It comes in all forms. They do not discriminate when it comes to abuse. They go through. They probably have think tanks of people who sit around and figure out how to hurt people. Anyway, I don't want to have a really negative message. I wanted to just kind of show you that I'm being attacked, and they stop as soon as I turn on the camera and start recording them. It's very interesting. There's a lesbian couple right behind me that probably have some type of demon inside them, or jinn, or whatever it is, that's trying to influence and manipulate society, especially as you see this LBGT agenda and all their other dumbass agendas that they keep trying to push towards normal society. You just gotta have to keep pushing through and realize that life goes on. And even if they want to hurt you, their day will come, their time will come, and just enjoy your day, enjoy the weather. And so there's some people over there preaching. Just wanted to show that they come out to the homeless community. It kind of reminds me of if you've ever read any books about slavery and how early slave masters would force their slaves to learn the Bible. Some of these Africans, or even some of the indigenous people who were African, by the way, didn't have Christianity. They weren't Christians. Just in case these people are saying that you have to be saved in order to be a Christian. In order to go to heaven, you have to be saved. Now, I don't know what happened to all those billions or millions of people who lived throughout history who weren't Christian, but apparently they all went to hell. But one of the funny things, this is kind of similar to that, but they don't have you. Well, they do kind of have you enslaved in one way or another. But the slaves, the slave master would sit in the church ceremony and force their slaves to learn Christianity and learn the Bible. And now you don't even have to force people. People just show up. But in their own way, they do like to come out to the homeless community. The other day I was looking at a couple of guys who were out here selling cell phone contracts. And I'm like, it just it's like, I guess, these people are just sitting targets. They just are easy prey. And that's kind of like how I see these Christian people. You come out, bring out food, and then you preach this message. And I already know that a lot of these these jinn, these negative reptoids or whatever they are heavily entrenched in Christian communities and Catholic communities. They're already a part of it. Especially anytime you hear them preaching about praising Jesus and Jesus comes before the God and all this. All that stuff is a part of another agenda, another religion. And it's very difficult to get past it. Because, a lot of them have been infiltrated, been taken over. My mother is one of them, in many different ways. It sucks. But, it's a part of the growth process. It's a part of growing up and being better and understanding, the difference between good and evil. I think understanding that you don't need other people to come between you and the universal creator. You can commune directly through you. And if you can't, that means that there's probably a reason. So I'll leave it at that. Anyway, so yeah, the attack has kind of calmed down. It's kind of stopped. You can hear them. Anyway, so life is very interesting. It's never what you think it is. There are always things going on. And obviously I'm under attack again. It never ends. But I'm glad that I record this just to show that, there really is a cancer. There really is a parasitic entity that has come into our lives that refuses to go away and thinks it owns you. And that's one of the major issues that I have to deal with on a daily basis. I'm sure many others, that these creatures think that they own you somehow. They think that they own nature. We're a part of nature, and they feel that they own the air, the water, the airwaves, what you breathe, how you think, everything, every aspect of this reality. Somehow they have convinced themselves that they own it. I don't know if it's because they are very violent and they will use weapons to enforce their agenda. But nature has their own weapons also, and it may not be exactly the kind that blow you up, but it's the kind that kind of maybe will remove you from your ability to hurt forever. And I think it's worth the time and effort that anyone puts in in their own lives to better themselves, so that they are no longer susceptible to such negative entities, such negative beings. And you also uplift yourself and become part of nature, which is all good. Anyway, so just wanted to show some of the evilness that is out here in this world. I'm sorry for the jinn and their children. and the lies that they constantly show and tell. But that's on them. That ain't on us. That's a burden that they're going to have to carry. And, I wish them luck. Peace out, fam.